Welcome to today's video. Today, me and my friend Cataclysm discuss a terribly animated movie that destroyed logic in every possible way. And that movie is Life's a Jungle, Africa's Most Wanted. So what is Life's a Jungle, Africa's Most Wanted, you may ask? Well, it's a very bad Madagascar ripoff. The movie begins when the main character Pip falls off a truck while wandering with his family during an African safari, where he meets a variety of characters from a bunch of hyenas to a panther to a three-toed sloth that should belong in fucking South America that teach him that the meaning of friendship can overcome anything, even logic. Here in part 1, we will discuss every single living piece of this movie in all its glorious detail and agonizing stupidity.
So the movie begins by showing the credits and logos for people who made this, with a horrible text blending to boot. Why they were proud enough to put their names on this is beyond me, but that's not the focus of this video. The movie actually starts by showing us a lovely jungle that looks straight out of a 90s game with a panther roaming around in tall grass, all while listening to a lovely African-type beat. Also, something you get used to is a panther roaring like a lion. It cuts to some parrots screaming and jumping for way longer than what's necessary. This is also a general theme in the movie, and you'll notice things being dragged out for way too long for no reason. You see more jungle and animals as the opening credits show, leading us to our main character, Pip. The music cuts out and you learn pretty fast that Pip does not like the wild.
Within almost 5 seconds of meeting our protagonist, we meet his human, Nathan, who is excited to go on their adventure through the African jungle. The roads are bumpy on the way, but I think that's because the Uber driver has some pretty bad hospitality. They make their way through the jungle, then run into a rhino in a lake, who attacks the vehicle for no good reason, which sends Pip flying off and tumbling down a hill. We then get a look at his daily lifestyle, where we learn he is a pampered, spoiled brat who is racist to the feline species.
Pip! Pip!
This all turns out to be a dream where he's woken up by a panther cub by the name of Kali. She is generous toward him, but Pip decides to attack her to show his dominance. This turns into him being attacked by Kali's mother, Basha, who is super pissed off at the dog. We can tell her feelings through her dialogue in the left sit-down channel on my headphones. After running away, Pip runs into two hyenas, Cuckoo and Boo Boo, who don't seem to like him, but then take him into slavery to do their dirty work.
Cuckoo and Boo Boo teach him the ways of the wild. His first task is to steal some fish from some crocs, which are conveniently placed in a basket. He almost dies, but Sally manages to do it, but his fish is snatched away by a bird because he's showing it off too much. They scold him for being too flashy and they go back to the camp. One of the hyenas hands him a steak, but him being the posh city dog that he is, says he only eats freshly picked fish from his nana. They tell him that in the wild you must eat what you get when you get it. He goes to sleep and has another dream about his city life where you see him living in luxury. He's getting massaged by his nana when Nathan calls on him. They go outside to play reverse fetch, where Pip throws the stick and Nathan catches it, and then go for a run where Nathan is pulling a red cart and Pip is sitting in it. This has to be some sort of kink, I swear. The hyena is waking up by putting shit on his nose and make him touch his nose by tickling him. This upsets him as any sane person would be, and they go down to the waterhole to clean up.
At the waterhole, they have to watch for Akon the rhino, who will attack them at any given time if he sees them drinking the water. Pip ends up falling into the lake and goes for a T-post swim, only to find out that the rhino is going to attack Basha the panther, who is on the other side of the lake. Pip swoops in to rescue her before she gets murdered and gets a lame-ass apology. Later, the panther cub decides to take a drink and almost gets stomped on by Akon before Pip rescues her. She's very happy about this and claims that he is her dad, which pushes Basha over the edge. They leave and learn that Kali's father was taken by hunters to a zoo in Iceland, if those even exist. Cuckoo and Boo Boo then take him to their village, where they meet an anteater, a sloth, and a crane. They tell him not to go to the human village across the plains as it is dangerous. Pip runs off to find the village and gets swooped up by a giant bird, who the anteater later impales with... I don't even know. The crane brings Pip down to safety, and we immediately jump cut to an unnecessary scene.